Hey, everybody. We are back. We are back, everybody. How's everybody doing? Welcome to the Proud Mary podcast. I am Monique J, and this is
92 cents.
and we are known as the Proud Mary Podcast, where we give it to you nice when we can and rough when we must. We took a break off last week, for the new year and everything, but we are back, and I guess they was ready for us to come back because they could not stop all of the what's going on from going on. So we have a lot to talk to you guys about. Before we get started, we're going to ask you to do a couple things. Hit the subscribe button if you are not subscribed to us, and then hit the notification bell so that you can know when we are going live. And then last, share this out right now to your friends. There's a little share button. Share it out via all of your social media, text message, and you guys come on in here and join us because our take on the current topics is like no other. Especially and at the end of the show, we're going to go ahead and give as always, you're going to get our I Just Can't moment by Stag and Mo's Money Minute. But now, without further ado, we are going to go into our first topic area of today, and that is let's talk. Oh, correct. I think let me make sure. Where's that? Politics. Oh shucks, Stag. Where is that? We can go politics. It's politics and law. They all in the same thing. Let's
This is
talk
all together.
politics. All right, let me
Mhm.
get it off of here. All right. So, what do we have first?
So there was a ICE involved shooting yesterday in Minneapolis. ICE agent, a woman attempted to run over the ICE agent with her car, and the ICE agent killing the woman. They said she was shot in the face. I don't know, but the argument seems to be whether or not the shooting was justified or not. And of course, the left is spinning, their downplaying of what this person was actually doing. To the
Mm-hmm.
left in the media, she was just a innocent bystander and a mother of three. And then I
Mm-hmm.
heard she might have had her kid in the car with her. I don't know, but she was just waving people along, and all of a sudden these ICE agents started approaching her car and telling her to get out the vehicle. And they keep showing these stuffed animals shoved into her glove compartment. But what she had been doing, what she, had been doing was she didn't live there. Her and her partner, her lesbian lover, wife, whatever she was to her, was
Mm-hmm.
they were from Colorado actually. They were there as paid agitators, and
Mm-hmm.
they had been following around ICE all day. She was known by everybody, following them around and blocking traffic and impeding their law enforcement actions. Her wife was not in the car with her because she was on the sidelines recording everything so that they could upload to social media and things like that. So
Mm-hmm.
she wasn't just an innocent bystander, she was agitating ICE officers and actively uh, um, interfering with their law enforcement action.
Mm-hmm. Well, that sounds about right. We know that they generally always try to give people the part of the story that is going to pull at your heartstrings. Now, I don't know if you remember that me and you had this conversation. Do you remember we had this conversation last week? And we were saying, what are they going to do next? What's going to happen next? Because it's the situation with the fraud, right? And it was coming out so much that they were, mostly the Democrats and all this, and were wrong, and they didn't really want to talk about that because it was one of who they was trying to make be the vice president. And so we said, do you remember we said some got to come up, some got to happen to get everybody frustrated again and get everybody focused and in their feelings. And lo and behold,
Mm-hmm.
look at what happened. Now
Mm-hmm.
I would hope this woman wasn't willing to, well, she obviously was willing to
Mm-hmm.
Risk of her life.
Because the left got them crazy, got them thinking that they saving the world by opposing ICE. And I think that in their mind, in their twisted minds, I don't think that they see ICE as law enforcement. Because they're
Mm,
just like the FBI or your local police or
mhm.
sheriff's department. They are law enforcement.
Yeah, they don't. That's the crazy part about it. They don't. And you know they don't because
Hmm.
if they did, they would not be treating them like that. Like I don't know if you saw the one video. I'm gonna pull up a few, but I don't know if you saw the
And you
one
know,
video where they literally like was standing in front of the guy's car.
hmm
I was
hmm
like,
hmm and the
and the
left doesn't
officer.
realize it's their rhetoric that is causing this chaos. Their actions is causing all of this chaos.
Mm-hmm.
And then once something happens from their chaos, then they point the finger at the other side and say, "Look what you
Mm-hmm.
did." They are the epitome of I'm not touching you, but I'm not touching you,
Yeah.
but I'm not touching you with the
Oh my
finger
God,
right
I
up in
used
the
to
back.
hate
I'm
that when I
touching
was
you. I'm
young.
not touching you.
I used to hate that when I was young.
Hmm.
Oh shucks.
Finger right at your nose, and they're like, "But I'm not touching you."
I used to
And
do
then
that
as
to my
soon as
cousin. I
you
ain't gonna lie.
slap their hand out the way, they're gonna fall out on the floor and swear you tried to kill them.
I swear you silly. I swear you silly. So I know. Did you see JD Vance is? Did you see the press conference?
I did not see the press conference, but I did see a clip of what he said about the agent, that he is the same agent that was drugged by a car a few months ago.
Mm-hmm.
So he would have a reasonable suspicion that she wanted to do him bodily harm. That's self-defense of it. Yeah.
Hmm. I'm sorry. I got the wrong camera up. I'm sorry, Chad. Give me a second. Okay. There we go.
And and self-defense is, it's like, they say like there's certain elements that you have to, prove, and you have to prove all of them.
Uh-huh.
But one of the biggest ones is if you feel an imminent threat of bodily harm or injury. You don't have to fear death. You only have to fear bodily harm or injury.
Mm-hmm.
And it has to be from a reasonable perspective. And considering that he had been hit by a car a few months ago from a protester and drugged several hundreds of feet, I would think that it was reasonable in his mind that when she backed up and she pressed on the gas and moved for that, she intended to hit him with the car. That's
She
reasonable.
did. I mean, and they keep trying to like act like, oh, she was trying to avoid him. The problem is, why was she trying to go anywhere? Period.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Hmm.
why?
Well, if you look at it, they were saying that she turned her wheel so she was trying to get away from him.
Mm-hmm.
As you know, the left is notorious for the spin on everything.
Mm-hmm.
But with icy conditions out there, her tires spun that way. She didn't turn them that way. The ice, the traction, she didn't have any traction, and her tires spun that way.
Well,
But
JD
regardless
said
to that, they are
it.
law enforcement and they gave her a lawful command to stop
Stop. Mm-hmm.
and get out of the vehicle because she had been blocking traffic.
Hold on. Hold on, guys. You there, Stan? You there? All right, guys, we got something happened with with the internet or whatever, but we are back. I don't know what happened. I lost connection, but we back. So yeah, JD Vance said today in the press conference that that the officer actually 6 months ago, he was one of those ones who got hit. So he had to get like 30 something stitches in his leg, and he still sat there and came back working doing this, and now here comes somebody else going after him with a car. And
Hmm.
he literally was in front of the he was in front of the car, standing in front of the car. I'm gonna try to see if I can get the one of the videos and show what actually happened, because uh yeah, so you guys can see, because they got the ones with different angles. Hold on. Now I'm praying this one is gonna be of different angles, because you already know sometimes. Now I need you to tell me if you're gonna be able to hear me once I do this. Hold on. I just did a screen share. Let's see. All right. I don't want to do it that way though. I want to do it with us on there. Hold on. Whew. Hold on, guys. I got a new there we go. New device. So is this me and you? Hold on. Let me set that up. Because I don't want the whole screen on there. Hold on. Okay. Oh, that's just my calendar. Hold on. Okay. Let's see here, guys. Tell me if you can hear. Can you hear it? Okay. Tell me now.
Dramatic video purportedly shows the moment an ICE agent.
Can you hear it? Can you hear it? Okay, give me one more second. Sorry, guys.
Fatally opened fire on a woman in Minneapolis, who DHS says attempted to barrel her SUV into the path of an officer. As multiple angles of the incident have emerged and gone viral across the internet, users are left divided on whether or not the agent's actions were reckless.
You all in the chat, please let me know if you can hear us or not. If you can hear that or not. Let me see. Let me know if you can hear it.
Or in self-defense. In the footage, ICE officers order the driver out of the vehicle after she blocked the path of their truck. But as one of the agents attempts to open the door, she quickly throws the car into reverse before trying to speed forward in the direction of another agent in her path. After the vehicle narrowly misses the agent, he fires 3 shots before the car crashes into a white sedan parked nearby on the side of the street. Hundreds of protesters have gathered at the scene, which the city of Minneapolis has identified as the intersection of Eastern.
Okay. Could you hear it, Stan? Cause we could hear. Hold on. Did you hear it, Stan? I can hear you now.
I forgot I was muted. It was really low.
Okay. All right. That part I can fix. I just wanted to make sure that it wasn't not could not hear it. I know I was So I know you've seen the video of him being in front. Do you? They're of course trying to say that you know he wasn't in front. He was on the side. But if you see the video from like the angle from the, I think it's like the ceiling, the person was in their window or something. If you see that video, literally,
I can't hear you.
let's see this one.
Mhm.
The investigation will be video of the shooting, which has surfaced from multiple different angles on social media. So we want to show you the video. If you haven't seen it yet, take a look at your screen. This angle, you can see ICE agents approach Renee Good's vehicle. They repeatedly tell her to get out of her car, pull on her car's handle. She backs up and starts to drive forward when an officer then fires his weapon. So here's a slow motion version of that same video. See the officer tugging on the door's handle, and then another one standing near
See
the
that one
front
at the
left
front.
bumper of the car, draw his weapon, and then fire 3 gunshots. As we mentioned earlier, DHS referred to these as defensive shots. But there's a debate this morning on what.
All right, defensive or not defensive, Stag?
What'd you say?
Defensive or not defensive?
Defensive.
Cause what else? What else was he supposed to do? Is what I'm wondering.
It was defensive because like all of that have to happen in like a split second. We all said split second, right? So if you're in that position, you have a split second to decide what you're gonna do.
Yeah.
And if you have a reasonable reason that this person is intending to cause uh what deadly harm, deadly force, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Then you respond with the same amount of force. Because let's say if he had moved out of the way, because they're saying she was going to turn away. What if she just did that? She just missed him because he stepped out of the way, right?
Mm-hmm.
Whatever. And what if she had just turned? You've seen a car turn, do a donut, come on back around. Could have, because of the icy conditions and stuff out there, she could have spun out and hit people in the crowd that were on the street. Like,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Now, of course, they are going to turn this around and turn this into something else, which we see they do and they do all the time. I think at this point, oh, didn't you say you said something about he calling in the National Guard or something? Didn't you say that? You on mute.
Tim Walz is activating the National Guard in the state of Minnesota to, as he put it, to protect Minnesota residents,
Mm.
the community.
So that's gonna be add more fuel to the fire. But see, I think that's literally what they want.
Hmm.
Because you already know that there is no way possible that doing this is not going to cause more problems. Now, I wonder, are the protesters going to give the National Guard that he calling in just as much trouble as they gave the National Guard that Trump called in?
You know they're not because they hypocrites.
So how they gonna differentiate when what they think the National Guard gonna do? Go beat up ICE?
Well, that's what they think. They think they're because he also was saying your National Guard are your neighbors, your friends, your family members.
Mm,
So he like they with us, you know.
mm.
But if he deployed them, doesn't can't the president take command of them? Didn't we already go through that in California?
Yeah, because technically the president is the commander in chief. So no matter what they end up doing, no governor is not over the president. no mayor is not
Hmm.
over the president. So I don't know what they think is going to come from that, but I think they're really stupid. That's what I do know.
So I'm having a hard time understanding what the left craze is with deportation, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because that is the penalty for being in our country illegally. Deportation, if y'all don't like it, we can talk about what we can do to,
Mm-hmm.
compromise on whatever y'all, but as of right now, this is what the law is. This is it. So you can't be upset with the executive branch, which is the law enforcement branch of the government, enforcing
The
laws
law.
that Congress passed that are already on the books. I don't
Yeah.
understand that.
You can't be
And
mad at the president for enforcing the law.
right, and that's why I'm confused as to what do they think is going to be the end goal here? Because there was did you get to see the video of the influencer that was telling her people that if protests don't work, then they're gonna have to start killing ICE, and that they won't
No,
have a choice. So again, not having their own responsibility, she like, we're not gonna have a choice. You do have a choice. Like
girl,
y'all are causing all of this drama. It's crazy.
ain't nobody crazy enough to say that dumb.
Yes, she did, and told people to post it, spread the word. Yes, yes, yes. That's the left.
And they'll swear they have a right to do it.
But
We,
also in their mind, they think that we are the violent ones over here, that we the
hmm
ones,
What?
attacking people and committing all this violence.
Oh, and they created another position. That's what JD Vance said. They created it's called an AGG, an assistant attorney general assistant or something like that. And
Hmm.
that person's job is only going to be to research fraud.
Okay.
And based on well, you saw the hearing yesterday. Based on the hearing,
Hmm.
yeah, based on the hearing, they you can tell that they kind of I feel like they ain't playing with them. You know how we always say they just be talking and don't ever do nothing. I feel like
Yeah.
they might be like finally pissed off. Hey, oh hey Romans, hey Jabbo. Let's
Hey,
let's say
I
we
can't see
got
the
comments.
young
Yeah, I can't
comments.
see none. I can't. I mean, I see them in the what you call. They ain't coming up here somehow. But we see y'all. Hey. If you want to come, I'm on a pin. If you want to come up and join the conversation, you give us. We'll be able to welcome up, allow a couple people to come up. So if you want to click that link and you can come up and join the conversation we're talking about right now. We are in law and politics at the same time. We're talking about the woman who was killed in Minnesota. Definitely rest in peace. Don't want nobody to have to pass away. But I'm just gonna be honest. The reality of it is when you put yourself in positions to do things that can cause you to have harm happen to you, unfortunately, well, I don't know no other way to say that. If you put yourself running from the police or trying to hit the police or anybody that's the police, you get what those kind of people get.
Hmm.
I feel
Yeah, and I
bad.
feel like the left is trying to make this their George Floyd moment. They've been
Mm-hmm.
looking for one.
Yep,
They've been looking for one,
we said that.
but
I 100% agree.
but but it's just the white liberals out there. So it's nobody's coming to help.
You don't think the black people gonna come and help the
No,
folks?
because where they are, the people are wanting this action. They want the action.
Well, they said
I
all the
think
people
that I think
want
that they're
them
just scared of
gone.
Antifa in that city.
Yeah.
But
Well, I guess all we can do is wait to see what's gonna happen. I mean,
I did want to say this
mhm.
before we move on from the ICE thing. That's it. So the ICE agents announced that they had arrested a illegal Somalian. Hold on, because I want to make sure I get this right here because this is why they did. Because I think that the left seem to think that all ICE is doing is going after illegal immigrants for no reason. But criminal illegal Somali man arrested by ICE. He had prior conviction in 2016 for first degree criminal sexual conduct for
Mm.
forcing a victim to perform oral sex on him multiple times. Um, he also had a prior arrest for first degree sexual assault, and he has an active warrant from 2024 for obstructing police. So I said that they had previously tried to arrest him at his apartment, but the building manager blocked ICE from entering the building and shielded the convicted sex offender. But they were able to arrest him in a targeted operation. And
These
this
people
is a quote
crazy.
from the ICE. Thanks to the sanctuary policies of Minnesota Governor Tim Walz and Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Frey, this dangerous criminal was free to prowl the streets and victimize Minneapolis residents for years. So they are actively. On one hand, they're saying, but Trump said he's only going to go after the criminals. And then when they're going out of after criminals, you're shielding them and obstructing their arrest, and the city is not um, cooperating with ICE in removing them by honoring detainer requests for them. So, what is it that you? This is a dangerous sexual offender
Mm, mm,
who
mm.
was in the streets for years here illegally, and people actively protected him from being detained and arrested and deported by ICE. This is who Minnesota had running around their streets, a sexual deviant.
We can't make this. We can't make this shit up.
Hmm.
We really. But what's really crazy for me is and maybe I'm just gonna say this. Maybe our minds. Well, I ain't gonna say maybe. I know that's the case. Our minds, people who think like us, people who are. I'm just gonna say logical and not crazy in the head don't think that this stuff makes sense, don't think that this is good, really have a problem. And I know for me, I'm like disgusted. I've been watching stuff, I've been disgusted by the stuff that they be saying. What's his name, Jeffries, yesterday said millions, still saying millions of people don't have help, living, don't about to die from health insurance. Like, I'm like, what is wrong? And who is listening? But I don't say who was listening because I was scrolling through, the TikTok streets earlier today too, and I literally just heard some of the dumb is stuff coming out of people's mouths. They talking about we now got to be prepared to get our bunkers ready because everybody want to come get us and fight us. They coming for us and all this now. Well, we can get to that next. We're gonna go. Okay, so we're gonna put a pin.
Hmm.
We're gonna put a pin in this here Minnesota shooting again. Rest in peace. If she has children, I really, I feel bad that they lost their mom. But I definitely, feel like I hope people will learn. Let them people do their job. If you feel like it's wrong, what's being done is wrong. Contact your congressman your congressman, your House representative, or your senator, and you let them know. And you sit your butt at home and let them people do their job. Period. Ain't
Hmm.
no little check worth you living your life, losing your life for, unless you in the military or the police or something like that. Other than that, protester ain't don't sound like a risk your life type of job, but that's what they doing now.
Well, they say they making 100 grand a year protesting.
You serious?
Yeah, they're paying them good money to stand out there and just obstruct and I think the ones who are willing to be more violent and engaging, they get paid even more.
Hmm.